Today we want to talk about the new Earth after Donald Trump has been elected, and we have made a video a few days ago speaking about the Europeans' perspective, or our perspective, of the election process in the US, and the comment section was exactly proving our point that there is really a lot of hate, especially towards Trump, and was really sad to read it. We have never seen anything like this in our short YouTube history so far, that there would be so much hate comments, but we kind of expected it, and it's okay. I first want to tell you how I would feel if Kamala Harris would have been elected. For me, as a European from outside, and yes, we really represent the absolute minority of Europe, I made a poll on a Swiss news site where they asked who would you vote for if you could, and from 100,000 votes only 2% were voting for Trump. So that's really because the news have been continuously over 12 years been programming people what a bad person he is. But what we are doing is we don't look only at the facts, you know, they can be manipulated. We don't only look at the things that people say, we look beyond. We look at the energy beyond those words and those promises and those facts and those lies. We look beyond that. We see the energy of the people. We see the energy of a country. And if Kamala Harris would have been elected, for me, as a Swiss person, it would have been like, all right, 4 more years of what we have seen in the last 4 years. I can't take America seriously anymore. For us Europeans, we have been always looking up to America. We have been always copying what America did. It is like our bigger brother. And if it would continue with Kamala Harris, I know, okay, America is more going downhill. They're more gonna intertwine them and be caught in this negative down spiral that really makes a nation fall apart, and
they don't need a respect, right?
No, I'm okay with it. You know, I'm European, I'm not American, so if American people want that, then so be it. But America would probably not recover from this anymore after another 4 years of that. That's how I would have felt. I would have not felt full of hate at all. I would have not went to comment sections and filled them with hate and how stupid the people are that voted for that person. I would be just okay, and I know, okay, I can't take America seriously anymore. You Americans are so extremely lucky to have a person elected, a person that you chose.
A leader. Donald
Trump, a true leader. A masculine, courageous man. You are so lucky. I cannot think of a single president of any country in the world that would not respect this man.
Because when he walks into the room, it already is around the person aura. And yes, he did something in his past. Of course, we all did. But now, as one JP Sears said, God voted 3 months ago, and you voted now.
13th of July, when he was shot.
It is really like very true, and you feel it that it's true. And because the God voted 3 months ago, and I think he's very fully aware. I feel that he's fully aware of that.
Trump?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Trump is fully aware of that. He has been having very good life, and he has nothing to lose. He is just wanting, because he has such a big family and he loves his family, he wants to make this world nice, good for his family as well, because, you know, it's his legacy. It's going to be his, you know, legacy for another generations. That's why he wants to do it well now.
He doesn't need to prove himself anymore to the world. He has been taking shit from all over the world that has been thrown at him. He doesn't need to push his ego with this. And what has happened on 13th of July was really changing him. Something like this changes you. If you're being shot and you survive by 2 centimeters, something like this changes you forever, and we can feel and see how he is more full of love, more full of care. He's more courageous than ever. He's more respected than ever, and he just truly cares. He could have said, you know what, I don't need this. I have enough money. I can make myself a good life. I have a healthy, wonderful family.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy them. If Americans don't want me, so leave it. So be it. You know, do your thing. But he just decided to fight for you. And whether he meets President Putin or the President of North Korea or President of China, all of them absolutely respect him. And if you had a president like Kamala Harris, not because she's a woman, not because she's a woman of color, like you all make such a big deal about it, I don't understand this. It's a person.
In Europe doesn't make sense.
It's just a person.
Doesn't make difference.
We have female presidents in Switzerland, a lot of them, and for many, many years, and we don't even think about it. She's the president, and that's it. Don't make a deal about this. Don't make a deal about color. This is not. This is all the surface stuff, and
it's just the visuals. What
yes,
I see is
and
not always
unfortunately, a lot of people stop right there. What the eye sees or what we hear about the facts and all that. A lot of people don't look beyond that. They're just being blinded by this, and all of those leaders from other countries, they fully respect Trump. They wouldn't respect Kamala Harris.
He just comes into the room, and you could see it on some videos.
His
that
body language,
it's just
the way he shakes their hands, and you can see how each president really respects him.
And he basically embodied leader, and he's showing us how the true leader looks like, and we can only inspire.
Yeah, you are really so lucky, America, and we feel really relieved because as Europeans we want America to be well. We have great relationships with America, and we will be still looking up to you no matter who you choose. We would be still copying what you're doing. And now, to make it a little bit more spiritual, and again we look beyond the facts, the lies, the words which people say, the words which people make up or interpret out of the blue,
the arguments,
the energy, the spiritual energy of where the world is moving. This election on 5th of November from you American people is the proof for us that we are moving towards the new earth, that we are moving forward as a consciousness, that we are not stuck anymore, or that we don't move backwards. And yes, you have elected now a person which can do for 4 years pretty much whatever that person wants. This is just how the political system in America works right now. To have a little perspective, in Switzerland we don't vote for people, we vote for laws. Every 3 months we get a letter for each Swiss citizen, gets a personal letter from the government with 3 to 6 different laws that we can vote for. We take that letter, we write yes or no, each person can choose for themselves, and the population decides whether we go for this or not. You chose a person, and that person is going to fulfill a mandate which you have given to them. We have to trust them that they're really going to do the best for the world, the best for your country.
About the women's rights, about their body, and I would like to say that I absolutely agree with Trump's statement, you know, what he shared on his Twitter. We studied
we'll put
it
here on
we
the
put
video.
it, yeah, because who would want to do the job when a woman is pregnant 7th, 8th, 9th month or after birth? Who would want to do a job to execute baby in 7th, 8th, 9th month? Think about those people who would have to do these jobs. Are they studying medicine to save lives, and then they have to execute little babies? Like, think about that. Somebody has to do the job. I understand that you want to have rights, you know, over your body and everything, but this is absolutely not okay, because there has to be, it has to be done by psychopaths,
and
you know.
And you do have rights. Like this tweet from Donald Trump is just showing that he is not against abortions, but he has clear rules for it. And you're not going to lose any rights in this.
Yeah, not any rights, yes. But also, you know, you can't change your mind when you're 7, 8, 9 months pregnant, or when you give a birth and you just want to execute the baby. It's not okay. I feel such a relief, like as a woman, to have the law in place, because this is absolutely not okay. It's not pro-life, and he is pro-life, and I understand that sometimes medical emergencies or something like that for a woman's life is very important,
and that's what he clearly said.
And that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
you can feel very safe.
Yes, it's just also really strange that it is such a huge issue, or that was one of the main reasons why people would vote for Kamala, just because they want to have the right to abort a child whenever they want. If this is the biggest concern of a population, then something is wrong.
And also what it motivates you to do, like not have responsibility at all. And you know how much it harms the woman's body to do this? How much it harms to just cut the process of, you know, the body's going through certain hormonal changes.
Energetically, spiritually.
And I'm not talking about the spiritual damage which can it do for the whole line of
it can be healed
women.
If you have to go through this, you can heal it. But if this is the biggest concern, there are other ways of contraception, and those have existed for a long time.
And we also believe that if you want to have intercourse with somebody, it should be with a person who you want to be with. You shouldn't have any occasional sex, like it's nothing what you buy in the store and just return if you want to have something else. It's supposed to be very spiritual act, and it's not supposed to be degraded to the lowest levels, like hey, I'm gonna make something what creates or do something what creates life, and then I just take it back
later.
Yeah, it's not okay, and people have to be motivated well and taught well what it really means, you know. It's not something that you just get drunk somewhere on a party. I know it can happen, you know, anything can happen, shit can happen, but you know, we have to be learning that we shouldn't do this. We should be responsible much more than we are now programmed to do, like that.
And if the wars are gonna end now, also in Europe, we're so happy if we don't have to deal with this anymore. And you're really, really lucky. And this is a proof for us who are doing the work, who are spiritual in a way, that the world is really ready for change. And that we are really in the middle of the process. Otherwise, it would have been just at least 4 more years of the world is not ready.
We live very close to Ukraine, very, very close. We have Poland next to Ukraine, which is absolutely supporting Ukraine all the time with food collections, with anything like that.
Giving them shelter. And
yes, anything. In my country, people came, whole families, and they were supported with money, with home, with work. They even didn't want to employ Czech people. The priority was always Ukrainians having everything. You know.
And they got more than a person that has been living in Czech, that has Czech citizenship all their life. Yeah,
and also Poland.
Free entrances to zoos and all that.
Zoos, yeah. Kids were entering everywhere, and the normal family couldn't even afford the entrances. But we wanted them to be super well. But sometimes I feel that some Ukrainians, our friends, which we met when we were traveling and so on, hey, they don't want to have a war. They don't want to do that. And they say that some people would just rather agree with whatever. And if Ukraine wasn't supported by so many billions of dollars, it would be already over in 1 or 2 days.
Yes,
you know,
we just heard yesterday that Zelensky will probably try to squeeze out as much money out of the U.S. bank or U.S. taxpayer money as he can just before Trump will be
it's
starting
so
to be
bad
president.
Because we feel that the money, U.S. dollars, should stay in U.S. and leave.
It's for you.
It's for you.
It's your money.
It's for
your
U.S.
people.
Yes, it's for you.
Don't shove it to Europe.
No, because you just give it to Ukraine and Ukraine gets powerful, and when somebody small is powerful and it wants to fight and it's not supposed to fight.
And then governors of Ukraine use that money and they buy villas in Switzerland. You know, it has happened.
Just keep your money. I believe that Ukrainians in Europe are fine, that the whole Europe really cares for them. You know, in my country, everywhere were Ukrainian flags, especially in a Prague city, you could just see it if you visited. And we were also a little bit overwhelmed by this, my country and his country as well. And I think it's better to really leave it for those people who want to be in a fight, because, you know, Russia is very strong, and I believe that Vladimir Putin is very well taking care of his citizens, his people.
The energy again, beyond,
he's a leader.
Beyond what you think you know about him. The energy beyond that, okay? Again. We know that there are facts which you could now name us, and all the bad things that a person has done, but we can see a little bit beyond that. We can look beyond that.
And one more very highly spiritual message to everybody who was supporting MAGA movement. The MAG is a person of magic, mysterious being, mysterious person of high powers and high intelligence, which is always very well aware what he's doing, and he's creating transformation and change. And it is not coincidence that MAGA and MAG, which is like a person embodying this magic, mystery, or this art of transformation, it is not coincidence. I saw it and I'm like, the word is the same. I had to research it in Wikipedia and on internet, because I was like, hey, this is so similar. It has to be. Maybe those people don't even know that they named it this way, the MAGA movement, but it has a spiritual meaning, and very deep transformation is coming into this planet. Because of that, we feel very big relief. You can feel the relief, you know, of this, because we truly support that. And
for all people, not just the people that voted for him, for all people, it's going to be
and for those
great.
For those unborn kids which are going to be in this planet, and for those children who are growing up, will not be any more confused about basic things like I'm a woman, I'm a man, you know. I didn't want my kids to be going to school and be taught by some transgender person that it's all okay to just express sexuality. It's so sick, you know. We have to heal this planet. And when America heals, it's such a great leader, and now we can look up to America again. So thank you for that. It's really good to look up to America and be inspired.